time, we got the main attraction for you guys tonight. We have Venia versus Dill.
This is what you all came here to see.
A Greninja.
Anyway,
And
so
Kong.
game 1 on Town and City, I'd say it's pretty even. Both of these characters actually like the FD variant. You know, once the FD variant pops up, those footstool combos that Venia is known for just become like so much more threatening. But at the same time, there's just a lot of neutral being played right now between these two. Dill is very comfortable just spending time in neutral, looking for his proper openings.
Neutral between these two players is going to be very transparent because of how we see Venia push his advantage, but then how Dill works inside of the disadvantage. We already see Dill trying to keep the banana on stage, trying to keep it in his control, and he's all set and prepared for Venia to just press the wrong button. Meanwhile, Venia presenting a ton of hitboxes, he's just constantly putting the pressure up, and he's building the damage onto Dill, but Dill not looking out of it just yet, regardless of all the damage that's being built up. He's still keeping tit for tat as he has 50% built up on Venia, but at no point has he really looked in charge of this.
Oop, nice grab combo going to add on that extra percent, and now we have pretty much an even game. Wow, that was such good banana play. Both of those banana pulls were just, like, they were actually aggressive banana pulls. I love seeing Diddy Kongs go for that. You know, you never, like, oh, what an air dodge read. That's it, he's done. Venia taking stock 1.
Dill had a disgusted look on his face as soon as he air dodged. He knew that was a mistake. You can't be air dodging in New York. You're going to be eating down smash reads like that. Venia carrying an 114% lead against Dill right now, but he can't be, he has to stay light on his feet as he always is, or else he starts tripping up, Dill takes a lead, and before you know it, things aren't just tied. You'll see Diddy Kong with plenty of stage control. Dill just needs that one good hit. And he misses the tech read, so he's not going to be getting it just yet. But you see Venia looking a lot more cautious now. He goes in for one of his signature combos, but
this could be huge. Okay, just that's the punishment there, but that's 48% already onto Dill. Up smash going to take it. Can he shadow sneak out of that? I've seen it happen sometimes.
Maybe at lower percentages, but certainly not around there. Dill had that clean, and he's looking to see if he can bring himself back from the waters because with a leisurely 8% and not much built up onto himself, Dill is certainly still in the running for taking the set back into his control.
Oh yes, and Venia actually a little bit of recent history. Started off amazingly this new season, taking like, I know he took first at 2 tournaments, and on top of that, he's just been playing just out of his mind. And Dill also recently has been, you know, he got second at Xenosaga. So these two have pretty much been trading those top placings. This is definitely going to be big who actually manages to take this. Maybe, you know, will give us a better idea of who's going to be dominant for the rest of this season.
And the forward air not connecting, but percentages tying themselves up with Dill in charge. Up air not going to kill just yet, but he's got Venia pressed to the ledge. How well is he going to be able to control that space? Regardless of how well Greninja can move around freely, Dill can control space with Banana, he can control it with his Top Gun. He can move around just as freely as Venia can. But when he moves in with aggression, and he moves in taking that game 1.
Yeah, really clean from Dill. He took that relatively early stop loss to the air dodge read, but one of the things you notice about his play is he plays so consistently in the neutral. He will just win neutral and win neutral and win neutral. He doesn't do so many of those big plays, but like when you just see the way his mind is working with like angles, you know, just like sort of like silhouetted behind him, it's really fun to watch.
We got the run back to Town and City for game 2, and I like this pick. We already see how this stage works out so well for both of these characters.
All right.
Thank you for the sub, Just Lie Cinema.
Yes.
Yo, shoutouts to one of the Hofstra homies.
How close are we to getting the new emote?
We need more subs. Like, if we get like 10.
Yo, you heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
Click that sub button. You get some of this prime action.
It's half off.
It's the end of sub's over. Come on, Spirit Bomb for it. We know Smashers are capable of the Spirit Bomb. Meanwhile, back to the action of the match. We see Dill in control of things, but he's looking a little worse for wear as far as the percentage is concerned. And Venia's sitting with center stage control, and he's got the banana, but you'll notice that banana control isn't that big of a deal in this matchup. we see that Venia makes use of it incredibly quickly. We see that Dill knows that it's going to be a resource that's fast and fleeting, so he uses it when he can. Doesn't really stress when it's in Venia's control.
Yeah, honestly, we've been seeing more of like the aggressive banana pulls. What an amazing snipe! Those charging barrels when he gets hit by a little weak move, like a tiny little shuriken. There's nothing he can do as he plummets to his death, with Venia taking that huge lead.
And the placing of those really shurikens is so good, just making it rain on him. But is he going to be able to control this lead? We saw that he had a lead in game 1 that was also rather convincing. And while having 51% on his first stock is certainly a hell of a lead, we've seen time and time again that Dill can bring this back. He's not going to get shaken by this.
But at the same time, you know, Dill, not really about those big plays, so he's going to have to just play really perfectly for the rest of this game if he wants to shut out a game 3. Nice forward throw just to put him off stage. Yeah, the banana hasn't been that much of a factor. Like, he'll trip over it, but it seems like it's just kind of an inconvenience to him. Great read. Doesn't get trumped right there. And, oh, falling forward, it means he's going to get punished. And every little nick and touch that happens to him is going to really matter because he has no stock to fall back on right now.
Although Venia messing up that comment, but he gets it down. Oh, okay.
He's gone.
Yeah, friendly reminder, that move does that. We often see it as, you know, shield pressure. We'll see it as, you know, piece of a combo, but it does meteor.
That move, it's always so. Also, the DI from that was a little bit. I think he DI'd off stage. No, yeah, like you could see, he probably could have smashed DI'd or just regular DI'd to land on stage with that, but Venia will take that. We're moving now to game 3 between these two.
He's rocking the pearly whites. He's looking to take this set over Dill, but I don't know. Battlefield for stage 3.
Now, I know that Venia does love this stage, but at the same time, the platforms can probably get in the way of his movement a little bit. There's a lot of verticality to the way that Greninja plays.
Absolutely. And figuring out how to work that in around Diddy Kong, who does a superb job surviving on this stage. It's going to be interesting to see how this game 3 comes out, because with both games 1 and 2 being on Town and City and how close they were, maybe a different platform dynamic can be what turns the tide in either player's favor.
But at the same time, we have seen like quite a few like completed edge guards from Venia. If he manages to take one of those, like get one of those on a stage with those big blast zones on Battlefield, that'll be huge. But right now, the percent's neck and neck between these two. Wow, what a fantastic read, recognizing the monkey flip, punishing with a forward air. Really good down throw on the banana. Let's get just a little bit more of a punish.
Venia not landing with any of these options to space, but he finally gets what he needs. Coming in with the nair into the up smash. 87% builds up onto him, but that can be fast and fleeting, but he's got his banana. Throws it away just like that. I love how mobile both of these players have stayed throughout this, regardless of who's in control of the momentum. No matter like how bad they're positioned during neutral, they're constantly staying fluid, staying on top of each other, and so it's been keeping things so close.
Keep in mind, both of these players they've played each other so many times. And one thing that Venia is superb at is when people start staying locked down against him, his pressure on top of them is so clean. And an amazing conversion there from Dill will take that stock. And even though that was a really nice lead for Venia, it's pretty much evaporated just like the water on his bubbles.
Yeah, it's just not looking too good because we see the percentages building up right away. The lead just didn't stick. And we've seen that time and time again just through this set alone, let alone the history between these two players. So to see how it falls in either's favor as the percentages build up will certainly match the tension rising in this set, because stage control's not sitting in anyone's favor.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's a testament to the way that Dill plays. A lot of, Diddy Kongs that rely, on kind of this flowchart type style, when they end up with a huge deficit like that, they kind of fall apart. But Dill is just, he knows what he needs to do, and now, despite losing that first stock pretty early, he actually has the lead here. 108% on Venia. He's getting dangerously close to that down tilt up smash percent, and once that's a factor, it just becomes so much harder to effectively play the neutral. But an amazing, another Nair
Just
up
like
smash.
that. Wow.
That
Venia
Nair
with the
connected at like
turnaround.
80. Like less even. That was fantastic from Venia managing to turn around that bad position. Ends up closing the game, the set in a 2-1 fashion. And I believe I am going to be hopping off now. I saw a little message for that.
Yep.
So I'm going to be replaced by, once again, our guest commentator from the land of Connecticut.
As always, man, it's a pleasure commentating with you. Glad to be
so
back.
good to see you out here.